One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.
I think that's certainly a factor. I suspect it was a little bit of a factor in the head coaching search. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a factor in the athletic director search, because there is so much more that goes on in an athletic department than just football. But you look at how Pat Hayden has been judged. Like I mentioned earlier, he has done a lot for the academic side of USC's entire athletic department, getting GPAs and grad rates up. He's brought in a ton of money to get renovations done on the Coliseum, the McKay Center, new facilities, all of that stuff. But if football's not winning, he's considered a failure. And even going back to Mike Garrett, he was considered a success for a long time just because football was winning. The basketball program wasn't doing particularly well. Other areas of the athletic department weren't thriving in a sense, but football was winning, so everyone was happy. And I mean, if I was an athletic director looking at my options here, USC is a challenge. I mean, it's a high profile job, certainly, but it's an absolute challenge because you have to get everything right. And being such a high profile football program means any little misstep gets blown up into a giant national news story. And if your head coach makes a misstep, then you're the one who is getting, shouted from the rooftops that you need to step away as well as athletic director, which is exactly what happened to Pat Hayden over the fall. Obviously, the people who USC will be considering, you would hope that they would look at the challenge and want it and thrive on the sense of doing something great at such a great university. But I think USC's fan base many, many times has unreasonable expectations of the men who run the athletic program or the specific sports programs. So it's got to be a factor. How big of a factor? I would hope it wouldn't be too great, because perception is only so much in a job. As far as timeline goes, I mean, obviously they have until the end of June, really, June 30th, to take their time on this. Pat Hayden's health concerns right now may play a factor in that. I think there still remains a question about whether or not he'll step away a little bit earlier. So I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a month or two, extend this certainly through June if they wanted to. The fact that there was at least a report that Tom Jurich has an offer on the table from USC. I mean, obviously he denies that. He says he's staying at Louisville, but that supposedly there's offers out on the table. It could just be a matter of who jumps on it first. And if he ultimately didn't decide to jump on it, then it could be a much longer process. But all of that is just hearsay at this point. So it's very hard to say.
And that's today's One Question, brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996. One Question is designed to give D1 Ticker subscribers valuable insights on how executive leaders in college athletics think about key issues on their respective campuses, in their departments, or within their leagues and conferences. One Question is brought to you by Turnkey Search, a top industry search firm since 1996.